Asian and European haven't yet depleted the waters of all their creatures and resources. And in the last several years, there's been a rush here to begin industrial level fishing. In this case, you have these three big Chinese factories that essentially take massive quantities of fish and grind them down into these high protein pellets called fish meal.
The entire community will be affected when the factories start operating. The smell is unbearable.
And this is the Golden Lead factory right here?
Yes. Cameras will be put away because you can be attacked, you can be assaulted. They have seen journalists as their enemy.
Lot of secrecy because we don't know the chemicals they use. They shouldn't be anywhere 1 kilometer from open water bodies. That's an international convention.
And the government itself isn't doing spot checks either.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, those who are checking, they only come there to collect money.
Fish meal is one of these products that you'll never see, but you're consuming all the time. It's used primarily as a protein supplement in the booming industry of aquaculture. It's a huge market and growing by the day, and it's unbelievably destructive for the oceans because you need huge quantities of fish. What I'm hearing from local fishermen is that boats are appearing at night on the coastline more than ever before. They look to be Senegalese or Asian trawlers. These Gambian fishermen are also saying that their catches are plummeting. 50% of the protein consumed by the Gambians comes from the sea, and fishermen are already starting to say they can't catch even bare subsistence level fish. When the local guys have tried to find out what's happening, how many boats are there, how much are they taking out of the water, just basic questions so they can monitor how things are going, they're getting no kind of information. The panic that I sense from them is that next generation is going to have nothing to sustain themselves with because the waters will be empty. At minimum, I think what the local fishermen want is for the government to police these waters to the letter of the law and to stop the illegality that's happening out there. But the Gambia doesn't really have the ability to police these waters, and that's partially why Sea Shepherd's here.
Can you take the boat a little bit forward?
I got a call from Peter, the captain of the ship that I'm going to be boarding.
So we got to start going.
He said that they're doing a patrol off the coast of the Gambia.
Good.
The Gambians know there's a huge problem on the water out here. There's rampant illegality. The job we had was to show it.
Most of the vessels are concentrated on the southern border.
From here?
The southern border.
Yeah, okay. Then we can follow the coast, and if we see any boats that are inside the 9 miles, and they're going 2-3 knots, so trawling speed, then those would be the targets. You think that makes sense?
The first time out, we saw a vessel, didn't know who it was, ran at it.
There, they're fishing. Film that? They're fishing.
And suddenly, it's the vessel that we were most interested in because it's connected to this really sketchy fish meal plant on land.
Rock the ladder and do not let go. I didn't throw it.
Bridge, Peter, we're on board.
Possible. Every man possible. Come here and sing possible.
Can we see your license?
This is a vessel that had its transponder off, so it was already a dark vessel, but even worse, it had no fish log.
A fishing vessel's got to have a navigation log, which is their positions every day, where they fished, the quantity of fish. You can see the last entry here was on the 21st of January, and then there is nothing. This is a dark ship. Who knows where they fished?
Amigo, Santa Maria, repair.
He's saying that they can't start going to Banjul yet. He needs 2 hours to make some repairs. We've seen him motoring all morning. It's a delayed tactic so he can get on the radio. back here.
Okay.
And then from here, we'll go straight and try to grab the Lucky 909 and see what's on board there.
The second vessel, 10 times worse. The living quarters were horrific, some of the worst I've seen. There was this space, it's like a crawl space, where all these guys were sleeping at night. Six of you.
6 people we are sleeping in here. Sometimes we close here, but the water still is coming in.
So hot. This is, I've never ever seen this bad. Few things rattle me these days, but for some reason, that space really rattled me.
The local fishermen testifying that these guys have been crawling very close to the shore, and on top of that, the living conditions here are really not for humans. Not even for animals, but not for humans.